everyone, this is Daisy here. I had some messages from earlier today. There were a few things that ended up coming up when I got off camera. Again, protocol runs and people getting exposed. So, rig, because we just talked about what was going on with court cases and things like that and people playing, especially with what's going on with employment law and employment cases. I saw this regarding our ability to build a radio. We'll be able to build a radio that would allow us to have internet. That's in the near future. Within the next like 2 to 3 weeks, that's something that's going to be, actual, factual for us. So, us being able to do that and then moving forward and having our own internet. So, SDR is something that I wanted to show you because I think that that's important for you to see that the protocols keep popping up. That's like the biggest thing, right? Wow, selective dorsal rhizotomy. Yeah, rare diseases. Wow, spasticity in lower limbs. That's a force of physics. Like bombastic, it's a force of physics. So, wow, abnormal muscle tightness due to prolonged muscle contraction, and this is what we're talking about too about down channel signaling. So this can also be something coming up too with this kid switched at birth and my baby has this type of disease and what's with it's hereditary and where can we get more information and things like that. And then Elon Musk about Twitter, like, oh, everyone's just donating their medical information for us to build an AI and not talking about the fact that it came from, again, testing on people, organ trafficking, etc. Right? So that's where we got all these slides from and these like anatomical configurations and all these different things and biochemical pathways, right? That exist only in like people of color. SDR and radio. Right? Software defined radio. So this is one of the things that we can do that people want to do. And then also too, this is I just feel like right, yeah. Once again with Kanye West. ATP again. And WPP as well coming up. So WPP is also a file. Let me pull that up. Yeah. So let's see. WPP has something to do with a certain type of protocol that they're playing with. So that's just what you just need to know right now. Yeah, web authentication protocol. It's a protocol running between a BNG and a web portal server. Is used for web portal authentication of WLAN users, a DHCP host. So this is what allows you to get onto a website, and this is how we're going to end up getting into this. But this WPP file, let me just pull this up real quick because I know for a fact that I have on my device. I'm not afraid to scroll through my phone. Some people are like, how are you not sweating? Because I don't get into messiness. Again, yeah, sex warfare update. Yeah, she's still under sex warfare. Whew. Whew. Chaos. Kebab here. Cheong here. Kabul here. You're done. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Okay, yeah. Oh. Had it on my phone. All right. I'm gonna look for it again. Web authentication protocol. Okay. Broadband network gateway. They control subscribers' access to the internet. They authorize users and apply tariff plans. Right. So this is also too where we also get into what we're going to be able to, initiate and activate. And I do want to say that I want to show you this because I think that this is going to come up. Right. So one of the things that's going to happen with this is interacting with servers, AAA servers, DHCP servers to assign IP addresses. And I just told you that we're going to be able to have our own. Right. So, and then PPPO. And I was talking about pop, 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 pop goes my mind. And the POP protocol and how we're going to be able to track who's been playing in anybody's email, doing this or doing that and being dishonorable. So that's just done with the Department of Defense. I don't really care how many, what do you call it, they have. All we have to do is use some type of SQL and do some search for and I can find anything I want. Let me type Cyborgia in one place and let's see how far I get with databases and emails and links. So, anyways, you guys, that's all I had to say. I just wanted to put that out here and show you guys that this is happening in real time, right? So there's a great thing. Let me get back to, what I was doing before. I do have to kick it real one time to the Asian community. We are going to get on here. We're going to talk about yokai. We're going to talk about Cheong. And we're going to move forward in regards to what's going to happen in the next level of that warfare, the rectification for the people that were used in that warfare, right? And then from space blasting people. And then also, too, for the different individuals who are watching from space, and fighting in the war, and like Miss Yuri Kochiyama, who's in space watching, and that's how some of this got started too. And that's why I was like, what is this? Like, these names, like okay, that's strange. And even with this that I'm talking about, with the protocols popping up, with this web authentication protocol, and people are like, no one's gonna believe that they all saw that in virtual reality and they knew that we were playing the whole time and that they can turn this off, right? So one of the things that's also gonna happen with Cyborgia that's gonna come out again, which they should have looked at the beginning, was this with Avicii, who was like this Swedish DJ. He committed suicide after doing videos about them having sex in their family, things like that. That was one of the first things that happened in that virtual reality. He was like there talking, like that's what happened to me. I was like, what the fuck? You guys are like goofy. It's like some nonsense that was going. But as it kept on progressing, they kept on exposing their hand and playing on the computer, and then also to space running and different things that were going on. And that whole thing too about people going to go work in space because he had made that music video. So yeah, about them playing in Cyborgia and trafficking their kids and making videos and moments with Baba. That really started some shit at the Department of Defense with some of these white men, and that life is a highway. Yeah, I don't believe in it at all. Cause soon they're gonna come for us. Yeah, and nonsense getting started. Right, and unfortunate. Later on, we will talk about something that I know some of you guys want to talk about in regards to this WPP web authentication protocol. Is like how we have our own and who gets to get access to it, and it's virtually untappable. There's no way to hack or tap this network at all because it's being ran from space. So that means you would have to go walk onto that high priest planet or high priestess planet and be like, I'm turning it off, and that's not possible because you're not there, right? So that's the great thing about space. There's no space for ops on people's planet. The last of any op on any planet is they were on other planets functioning, and then people were coming in and out of those places acting as ops, then going back to their planet, getting kicked out over there, and then the story continues. So more protocols. This is going to be changing. They're going to take it over now. So let's go into Guzi. We're going to take this over now, the web authentication protocol. So it's moving to a different database, aka a different set of aquatic beings are going to run it, not just one playing. Different portal functions and physics to create the junction for it to come and flow down, making a connection with the rest of what is copper on the planet and the circuits that are on servers. Because you guys know that you have your chip, and then they have to jump your chip to like activate the consciousness. those are all getting taken over and broken down too. A lot of them were jellyfish that were playing games, and she has no tentacles. So, one of them, her name is Goofy Saizi. You're gonna have to see where you fall with that. And you're like 18 years old, you have no tentacles, and you're playing on the computer that like this what you guys used to do and playing in space. And then you're saying that you're gonna make a human body and come and go to war with me. What type of life is that? I don't know. Why do you want that for yourself? I don't know. Why are you doing this? I don't know. Yeah. So, right, just doing too much. So now one of the things that's gonna happen here after all the talks of Quran today is this exposure. So let me also go into this one. Yeah, more Department of Labor. Oh my God. Yeah, that ZTF is not a joke. Yeah, JQZ again. Woo. Yeah, with the owl and that OVO with Drake and Aki. Okay. Yeah, 313. Yeah. But something that's even more vicious that I actually even completely forgot that I was supposed to come and talk about is the fact that you guys know about Castle. He's a serial killer that works at the California Endowment, and he got caught playing games, starting shit with a bunch of white women. That 37 document. Some of you guys got that document, and you're gonna hear a little bit more about Castle. And basically, like, long story short, is they got caught playing on my phone, and it activated the exposure of several people in the DC Metro Police that ended up getting set up and initiated this whole thing about too much weight that you guys are hearing about, with different police officers getting killed, detectives getting their homes run in, home invasions on detectives and police chiefs, and murders of mothers of police officers, things like that. They started at Matt Haney and then playing in my phone. And this is how this is coming out with Castle, because his hand was in playing games with the type of group of Black Boule and being in proximity to drama and orchestrating stuff. That's how he got put into our investigation. So now you guys are going to find out he was playing with different white women, and they were starting wars. And it happened to be that their families are in proximity, and the actual families that initiated the Detroit, Chicago, New Orleans, etc. riots during different time periods of boom of economic prosperity for the Black community. They had their hand at playing with whites and being those ones to go and play both sides. And like, what y'all got done over here? Y'all got some biscuits? Y'all got some flour? You got yeast? That means you guys doing good over here. Oh, nothing. I'm just like working down there. I heard you working with the others now. You working with the big man, the white man now. Oh, what did you hear? Right. And starting shit. They got patty cake over there, and they got ack. Yeah. And it's prohibition. They got real ack. Yeah, starting shit. So now that's the story that's coming out. Okay, now I see what you guys have started. I just wanted to say that one of the things that came out in this whole process is that I went to court with them, right? Never mentioned that this white woman was involved, or how she had gotten fired from her job, or that Castle was a rapist and a murderer, and that he had consequently been bringing drama to the organization, being reported for years. Okay, supposed to be the director of the Men and Boys of Color Initiative of reporting people beefing, like, maybe yeah, I'll think about how much I can give you. Taking people's work and stuff like that. Like, maybe I can go off and do my own consulting, or go do this in other states and starting shit and being messy. One of the things that's coming out here too, this is Castle's half white. Yeah, his mom is white. So he ended up getting exposed in the fact that he was like, I don't know who this woman Juliana is. Yeah, that's just my friend. Da, 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 da. He never told them that Daisy randomly ran into her. The day before that, me and her were emailing about work, because I was communicating with him on email about work, going back and forth on a Saturday. The next day I run into that woman, and she's like, oh, do you know Castle? Da, 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 da. Like, oh yeah, it's Valentine's weekend. Da, 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 da. Playing with magic, starting shit, causing yelling drama. She played with a group of Ethiopian hosts that went to go play stuff, and Stephanie from the Umoja Festival, the white one. That's how this has gotten started with magic, because she was playing with them with spell work, and that's how the Jamaicans got exposed. Playing with Nikki, playing with fentanyl, and La Kumisi, that crushed up bones for spells. Now you see what they were doing. So one day I was riding my bicycle and then I saw I was like walking somewhere in Oakland, but Lake Mary, and I did not know Castle lived there. And I walked into him and Juliana sitting there on his porch, and I was like, oh really? And he went to go try to put on when we were going through the court proceedings because they were getting sued, like, oh, Daisy came to my house. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You live in front of Lake Mary. I was just walking down there. But then another thing is that they have access to my phone. That's a great thing about being honest. So they can see if I Googled him, looked him up, went over by his house, there was nothing. Nothing at all. So that's another thing too that's getting started, how they try to bring that up. And then this again with the computer science that's getting started and them trying to bring up fake shit and lies and nonsense. I just want to let you know that I walked past Castle's house today, and this is what you get with that drama. Look at this. This is Castle's house right here. Look at the car, Hunt 313. Yeah, because he's getting hunted. Never. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys can go look this all up. People have looked this up for days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks. People handled all kinds of investigations. Some of you guys sitting here, you guys can go look all kinds of stuff up. Nothing happened. They didn't find anything. I didn't do anything. If anything, they found out what I was actually doing, which is like sitting here with you guys, collecting all a bunch of complaints about them harassing people all over the United States and UK and parts of Asia and Australia. So, and New Zealand too. Yeah, so you guys really they got set up. And this is gonna come back up again with that Samoa murders and how they had their hand in that tapping people's phone. And it's just one person's phone that they played in and started a fucking war because somebody got messy. So, and it has something to do with this somebody getting checked. I don't want to see that in my community, okay? So you go check them. You know Korea, you know all them. And that's how this is going to come up again too, because I try to tell her, like, do you guys know that your name got called up in this and like this had gotten started, that they were putting your name in this? Oh, okay, because you went to go play with my name, so your hand got wrapped up in that, and now look at what's going on with you. So, so much stuff had gotten started for those of you guys from the Bay Area. Side note, that's something that's gonna come up too. She's not innocent at all. She deserves what she's getting right now. But one of the things too is I told her about the deaths of those two people too. That's another thing coming up. But two people in the community died that do social justice work. And then a third got cancer, and they all work at the same community center. So somebody may be feeding somebody something, and then somebody is also talking about some of the young people there and how they fell out with mental health. A lot of people are talking about that. And then now Desiree, her sister just died. Period blood bandit. I have a tea business and feeding people a period blood. Yeah. So for those of you guys hoes running around, Desiree, her sister just died. So, and they're doing GoFundMe's and shit like that. What the fuck? You're doing GoFundMe's for your funeral, and ooh, that's how you know God is so wow. That's war right there. I have no doubt that this is warfare. Yeah. So now Department of Defense and Space has stepped in. Well, now you guys have seen the hand that's going to be running a bunch of shit over here. So now let's get into statistics, right? Something that we can all agree to has an application in this reality because we have to study it. What's going to end up happening next is they're going to add more p-values to what's already going on. What do you mean? So that means like the odds of something happening go from this percentage of probability of yes to this percentage. So they can ensure things will happen. That's what they're about to do next. Because they've seen we can cause glioblastoma, right? Okay, I can replicate that. Car accidents. Are you seeing my hand? Yeah. Look at these souls getting clapped out. Desiree. Even this one, Ashara. Somebody close to her died right before this all got started. Look at how their artwork got pulled down. Look at how her people that working next to her, like, yeah, they're all about drama though. Everyone's telling on them because they're hella messy. You can end up in jail like that if you want to play with spell work and people's kids are getting involved and you're robbing people's farm and then that's what they're doing to get the herbs and stuff like that and playing. And that's how you're passing around information and knowledge. Now I see it's all locked in space because you always went to go play like that. Yeah, look at this one. Yeah, Desiree feels like she should have been the light-skinned one. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, something's like, I have a like sister and, you know, she's like my half-sister. But like, yeah, I'm sure something's going on with like this whole energy harvesting. Whew. Yeah, thank you for the divination. I knew something was going on. Right. In all her bulk and stupidity, playing games with period blood. Yeah, her sister died. Organ failure. Yeah, keep playing. So, yeah, and she's putting on here, I know people are lurking. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Isn't this an obituary? Or are you talking about how she passed away? Yeah, her murder. Right. Yeah, come and read it. And talking about some, yeah. What? This was being screamed in the virtual reality. Daisy, have you seen this? Did you see this? Did you see this? This is coming up in court. It's going to be a part of the Supreme Court with Martha. Look how Desiree's sister died, and look at what's going on with the shower too. And Rashad, this one that came up. Rashad passed away. He was an artist in Oakland. Yeah, he was best friends with the Shara. So yeah, now this is like chaos that's getting started, with all of their names and people finding out. So that's what you guys were doing, and there's a magic from space. Oh, okay, because you guys got people involved and like you were starting a bunch of shit, and they're doing it to everybody around you to show that's what's going on for you to confess to, right? The hand that was providing all that, like when we see something else that's gonna get unraveled too with another round of Jaguar Wright, who exposed Diddy when this all first started, and that's how that exploded to the next level. Cause Matt Haney and them playing in people's phone and starting shit. So, phew, right now, one of the things that's gonna come up here too, yeah. I just have to show people this too, with people getting set up for playing games, and this man passing away. And oh, we're going to Costa Rica or something like that to build houses or whatever, and molesting people's kids with this early love, more love, extra love nonsense, Guatemala. Yeah, God's Child Project, right? So passing away because they went there to go play and rob the cartel and start nonsense. Yeah, and their faces all over LinkedIn. But it's where this man worked. This one is going to come up again with this rest in peace report. I have to do this for you guys. So I just wanted to show you guys that was in front of Castle's house. Yeah, then they went to go play games, right? And that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of person I am. I'm not doing nonsense like that. Why are you starting shit like that? Like, oh, as a white woman, I felt scared and this and this and this and this and that. Like, hey, 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 yeah, remember, like, people don't need to know that I'm mixed. Shit like that. Yeah, that's the type of shit that Castle does. And there's a 37 in this address too. So, I'm just gonna tell you right now, that's gonna start so much shit. Yeah, kids switch that bird. Now you guys know. After talks of playing inside of the payroll technology, ADP, somebody needed to see this. There you go for your case. Yeah, sororities playing, aka once again starting shit with Kamala Harris. So, anyways,